And then did Thorfinn and Canute meet again in season 2?
Yes.
How'd that go?
Surprising.
Surprising?
I was expecting more of a hey, what's up, bro? It's been a long time. Sorry I made you a slave, 4 years
Sorry, I
ago.
made you a slave.
Do you think Askeladd was so they reference a lot of when they get to the whales section, King Arthur and the sword and the stone and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think Askeladd really was in the context of this story the descendant of
King Arthur.
Artorias? Yeah.
Um, maybe. But wasn't his mom um an undesirable? Is that what you call him?
No, so his mother was a noblewoman
Oh, why was the king making fun of his mom then?
because she a Danishman, a Danish Viking, kidnapped her and made
Yeah.
her a slave.
Mm, but was that Danish Viking Askeladd's dad or not?
Yes.
Oh, so are they saying like his mom was a descendant then?
Oh, that's the idea is that before she was a noblewoman
Yeah,
who was a descendant of Artorias, and then
that
she
makes
was
him one. Yeah.
kidnapped. A Viking, basically pillaged their village,
Hmm.
kidnapped her, made her a slave.
Oh, that's why he kills dad. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So the reason why saying she was an undesirable is because she was turned into a slave.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Possibly. I mean, he's a really good fighter, right? So maybe.
Yeah. Do you have you d- all right, I'm gonna ask you a pop question.
Sure.
Or
Pop
pop
quiz.
quiz. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um do you think any of the characters in this story are real?
I don't know a lot about Vikings, so no. Maybe based on real characters.
So I looked it up. Actually, there are some real characters in this.
Oh, really? Like the actual
Yeah.
like that portrayed like the life of the character, or is it just based on it?
I'm sure it's just based on I mean
Yeah.
the events. So the Vinland Saga is actually based on real documentation.
Oh, really? Does
Yeah,
this
yeah.
does some of the stuff happen or any of it?
So like the King Sweyn
Mhm.
invading England, that happened.
Okay.
The King Canute taking over from King Sweyn killing his father, that happened. King Canute becoming the King of England and Denmark, that happened.
Bro, there's so many kings. I can't keep straight.
Yeah. Um the Jomsburg Vikings was
Yeah.
well, so there are some people are saying that Jomsburg is a legend and not real, and there are some people are saying that there it is. So the existence of Jomsburg as uh, in a factual sense, or get is uncertain based on popular discussion among historians.
Yeah.
But the existence of Jomsburg and Jomsburg Vikings, Jom's Vikings within the context of like the documentation, that is real.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So, but Askeladd, there's no like Askeladd, Thorfinn. From what I could see, those characters are fictional within the context of the story.
Okay.
But Vinland Sagas is a thing talking about. Do you know what Vinland is?
No.
It's America.
Oh, that's what they made America.
Well, that's what they called that land.
That's cool.
So like there is there's been evidence found that the Vikings actually landed in when I say America, I mean the continent.
Yeah, I know.
Not
Not
United.
U.S.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not U.S. Um, but they landed in around Canada
Oh.
and like settled in Canadian area.
Okay.
Yeah, long before the whole CC discovered Jamaica.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, Vinland Sagas is about like the Vikings and their settlements and heading out to. It's about a lot of things, but part of Vinland is the Americas.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Um, back to season 1. Did you think Canute was just like weak, or did you, or what do you think about him when you first met him? Obviously,
Um,
now you don't think that, but
I think. What do I think about Canute? I don't think he was. I don't think he was weak. I think he was coddled.
coddled. Yeah, I would say that too.
Which I guess in an extension by extension made him weak
Yeah,
only because he hadn't learned how to stand up for himself. He wasn't given the opportunity to stand up for himself. So I'd say it's not even like he was weak. It was the absence of he wasn't given the opportunity to be weak or strong. He was just
yeah.
existing. So
And then did Thorfinn and Canute meet again in season 2?
yes,
How'd that go?
surprising.
Surprising.
I was expecting more of a hey, what's up, bro? It's been a long time. Sorry I made you a slave, 4 years
Sorry, I
ago.
made you a slave.
He did say, I'm sorry. Actually, he did not say sorry. He said, I bet you hate me for making you a slave. I bet,
What?
but even more
Why did Canute do
so,
that again?
I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with him slicing his his face at the end of season 1
Nah,
because he
it's
killed
fine.
Askeladd.
Yeah,
Um, but it's just interesting because by that point Thorfinn has gone through so much change, and so when he approaches King Canute only remembered him as this one. Like, I'm just about revenge. This like great warrior
yeah.
who's so focused on just
Revenge.
killing everything, right, and on revenge.
Yeah,
And he comes back and he's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna run. If you're not gonna withdraw, then I'll just run and I'll just stay away from you
yeah.
until I can't run anymore."
It's true.
Uh, um, I think that change really. I mean, I think that's ultimately the reason why King Canute withdrew his forces
Yeah,
is because he was. I think Thorfinn represented what Canute wished he could do.
yeah.
So, but yeah, they
I
do
see
meet
that.
again. Um, but I really liked Canute's character growth as well, and how he's sort of haunted by his beheaded father.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you're becoming a real king. Look at you slaughtering all these innocent people
yeah,
to get to your paradise. Only a king can make those decisions.
yeah. It's true.
Um, But Canute's growth was really cool. I'd like to see more from him. Sort of like maybe he's not a part of what season 3 or season 4 if they do it, but they sort of like wrote off like, yep, he withdrew all his forces and he put a lot of trust in the local nobles and they grew to see him as the rightful king and not a conqueror, and everything was happily ever after for Canute the Great.
That's
Um,
good.
so, but yeah, I would like to see more from him, but I think his growth is really cool. Um,
What do you think
I,
about go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what do you think about Thorkill throwing that spear and getting 3 people at once?
Thorkill is someone who I think we need to see more of because he definitely has his own arc he needs to work through.
Yeah.
He's not even like loyal, or he's just all about the battle. And
All
if
about
there's no
fighting. Yeah.
about fighting, and
And I don't think he really even cared about Thor's, his own brother.
he did care.
You think so? Like, because like I mean, like he doesn't like want revenge on Askeladd, I guess.
I don't think he knows that Askeladd killed Thor's.
Oh, you don't think so?
Or maybe, actually, no, he does know. I don't think he cares because it's not because he's all about the battle and dying, in glory.
Yeah.
I mean, he himself is like, it's not like he wants to die.
Yeah.
He is okay with dying if it's a great battle.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would have bothered him to know that Thor has died. He would have been like, oh yeah, he probably died in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
But I mean, Thor's is his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Thorfinn is his nephew.
Yeah.
Um, so and the true heir to the Yams Vikings, leadership because
Yeah. Who, Thorfinn?
yeah,
Yeah.
his mom is the daughter of the king, or was the daughter of the king,
Yeah.
or
Do you
it
think
is the daughter.
yeah. Do you think Thorfinn is gonna come back and be the king of the Yon Vikings?
Well, it depends. So I was thinking about this because I was trying to understand why Floki
Yeah.
wanted
Floki's
Thor's dead.
horrible.
Floki is horrible. And truthfully, the reason he wanted him dead is for a couple reasons. One, he resented Thor's.
Yeah.
He's truly not even upset about him deserting. It's a matter of like he resented him as a person.
Yeah.
And also he wanted to remove a heir to the throne.
Oh yeah.
So that way he can lead the Yams Vikings.
Does he lead the Yon
So
Vikings right now?
I don't know if he leads the Yams Vikings right now or if he's just a high ranking commander.
Hmm.
It's not explicitly stated whether he is in charge of the Yams Vikings. That's the reason. Basically, I did a Google search on it, and that's the reason that came up.
Gotcha.
But I think focusing on Askeladd was short sighted because ultimately it was Floki who was responsible. Askeladd was just a means to an end.
Yeah.
He's the one that actually.
Does Thorfinn know that now or not?
I don't think he does.
Um.
And so, granted, he's already left his violence first, so maybe he let it go. But I think it'd be really cool to see him find it and then come back and like confront him in some way, or be forced to confront him in some way, to where like Floki goes, "Oh, his son is still alive. Well, let me kill him," and then Thorfinn has to like defend himself and
Like has this cool moment,
reluctantly.
like yeah, like reluctantly, like I'm not doing this because you killed my father. I'm doing this to protect what I have now.
Yeah. which I think it would be really dope. So I think that'd be a cool direction for it to go.
That'd be really cool.
But yeah, so Floki's a pretty horrible person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Going behind his leader's back, be going like, yeah, I'll go get him. Then
I'll
I'm
go
gonna
get
have,
him.
yeah. No wonder, and also no wonder he paid a pirate to kill him because he's like, I don't want my hands dirty on this.
Yeah.
Mess. So, it could have been anybody. It didn't have to be Askeladd. It could be any other of the many, warmongers that existed in Denmark at that time.
I think honestly, Askeladd was really one of the only ones that could have done it though.
Why do you say that? Because of him being
not
great
just
swordsman.
Yeah, like Askeladd's a great swordsman, but also like good strategy as well. Yeah.
I don't even think that Askeladd really. I think the duel itself was just not even. I don't even really think it was a real duel. I think Askeladd always intended to just rain down arrows on him. Yeah, because again, it wasn't like it was a job. It wasn't even a battle of honor or claim to any whatever. It was just like, all right, I was already paid. I just need to get this shit done. So I think he always rained down the arrows, but I think the only reason why he thought Boris is like he wanted to understand who this person was.
Yeah.
From the like, why did Floki hire me? I think it was more curiosity about who is this Thor's guy.
Yeah.
Why is he? Why is a Floki paying me to kill Thor's?
Yeah.
Than any sort of like defensive honor or like anything like that. So
totally agree.
You
remind me some stuff in season 2. Like what's the biggest things that happen in season 2? You think?
Biggest things that happen in season 2.
It's a lot of farming.
There is a lot of farming. A lot of Einar being a whiny little bitch. And
he's the annoying character for sure.
Yeah.
Look what they did to our crops. Just let it go,
bro. Our wheat.
Our wheat. What are we gonna do? Slave. Just calm down.
God, what are the high points? So there's a lot of farming. The biggest high points I think is so Thorfinn obviously going from his sort of like self-pity pacifist to man of action in the name of peace. That transition I think is really big.
Yeah.
Canute sort of coming into his own as a leader who can make decisions, doesn't really need advisors so much as he's like, this is what I want to do, but I'll take suggestions.
Yeah.
So he's like more of like a collaborative king, I would say, but on this, not because he has to be, because he wants to be.
Yeah.
I think that's a big character switch. Petal, who is just a backstory, not a main character in season 2, but his sort of like, we see him as this just this kind farmer who's known as the Iron Fist, like this battle-hardened warrior.
Yeah.
Seeing him privately being like he's just a weak coward, who's scared of everything, to him becoming a little not a I want to say he wasn't a weak coward at this point, but like he's a weak coward, but he starts using violence when Nath ran away and he beats her pretty much within an inch of her life, and she ultimately dies from it. the
Jeez.
wounds. So like just really just an unlikable. Like he went from being like a likable farmer
Yeah.
to like he's still likable. Like he internally he's like, I'm weak. I'm not really a fighter. Which you could see it as maybe he's in the same. I at first thought it was like, oh, maybe he's in the same place that Thorfinn is, where he's like, I'm so distraught over things I've done that I'm kind of,
Yeah.
afraid to hurt anybody. To find out he's just a con artist. He's just pretending to be someone he's not. He's not the Iron Fist. He just has the same surname and just took all the credit from that. So like I think that was an interesting character story. Not really directly related to Thorfinn. I think it directly influenced events that helped Thorfinn become to where he was. So it's kind of like a side character, side character.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool transition there. Those are pretty much the Einar learning to trust
Yeah. Okay.
Thorfinn and
I didn't know like that's all that happened season 2. I thought so much more happened season 2. Okay, makes sense now.
yeah, I mean, so mostly, so like if you're gonna go through it, there's a lot of farming and there's a lot of like on the farm conflict, right?
Yeah.
And we see Canute sort of story taking over, finishing England, taking over Denmark, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, and then
Old kettle.
there, yeah, the whole kettle, and then Omar, who started the whole battle of Kettle's farm because he wanted so badly to be in the. Ultimately, the king was just taking advantage of him, but like he wanted so badly to be in the king's guard.
Yeah.
But he just is not capable, and so they sent a bunch of people to tell him no, to embarrass, like in an embarrassing way, to force him to do something stupid. So they go like, "Oh, because of your actions, I'm going to take your farm as compensation for your behavior." Right? When they intend to take it anyway, they were just using it as an excuse.
Yeah.
Omar has a transition too, where he like seeing Thorfinn's actions goes, "You show, I want to be a man like you. I'm not concerned with Norse honor and battle, battling and all that stuff. I just want to be a good man."
Yeah.
So yeah, there wasn't a lot. There was definitely not as much fighting
Yeah.
in season 2 as there was in season 1, which it isn't a problem. It just was definitely. It would have been better if they had made it probably instead of doing 24 episodes per season.
Yeah.
If they had done
Like 12 and did 3 seasons.
yeah, 3 seasons, I think that would have been really good because that would have really given it a break
Yeah.
between. I mean, you could still see technically it like if they changed the opening sequence every 12 episodes, so like you could basically view it as individual seasons, but I think they could have done a better job of cutting to show the separation.
Yeah.
Either with a time jump or or something. I'm not sure, but make it seem like there is distinct experiences instead of just running all together. Because you just take season 1, the 24 episodes, and then season 2, and there's this huge time jump in between, like without any explanation. So like maybe like a middle season there that would showcase Thorfinn getting sold into slavery, what it was like of him early as a slave. I think like connecting those two together like would have helped.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So
Yeah. Are you gonna read any manga?
I'm not allowed to buy any more manga yet until I finish Silent Voice, the Silent Voice manga.
You still haven't finished that? It's probably not even unwrapped, is it?
It's unwrapped.
Oh goodness. Thank goodness. Were we gonna do an episode on the Silent Voice manga?
You can, yeah.
I thought like weren't we going to like in the past?
We're going to. We ended up just talking about it and briefly, because you finished
Yeah.
it all in a night.
Yep.
Um,
I don't know why, but I
yeah.
can read like so much faster than watch. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's obvious or not, but I can.
I mean, it's not obvious right now because you're like, I'm like 4 anime ahead of you.
I mean, watch. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I could read more than I can watch.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
Um,
just like reading.
I don't read much for fun anymore.
I'm reading The
Um,
Hobbit for you.
Hobbit's a great story.
I'm about halfway through it.
Um, I read more technical books now than I do anything else, and
Nerd.
more educational and stuff like that.
Nerd.
I'd like to read. God. um. Yeah. So, but yeah, I need to start reading more manga. I need to like. Yeah, we used to go to the bookstore every weekend
Oh yeah,
and like get new manga and like and
we go to the
all that
library
stuff.
all the time for it.
Yeah. Um.
Um, I was gonna tell you. I'm not sure if you know what Trigun is, but the library here in my city, they have books for sale sometimes, and like they have volume 1, 2, and 3 of Trigun for sale and for manga. I was
Mhm.
gonna get it. I open the first volume. I'm like, it's all in Japanese.
Oh no!
I really wanted to get it still and just use Google Translate and just hover over it like normal. But I was like, you're not gonna do that. And I'm like, I probably would.
I mean,
They're
if
only
they,
25 cents each.
oh yeah, that's still. I mean, that would still be
She
worth it. I think
she said no. I was like, that's so disheartening.
it'd be really. It'd be a lot easier if because they have it, so they conceptually have it. Glasses now.
Yeah,
It's just it's right now. It's a shelved project. It was never a consumer product. It was all research anyway. So like, it makes sense, you know.
we have the
But
same glasses, by the way.
no, we don't.
Same style, same color.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
And are
Same
pink.
style at least. Yours is pink. Mine's like a
Mine's more.
maroon.
Mine's more rounded though.
No, it's not. Look at our
Yeah,
glasses.
I could see a distinct. Yeah, they're not the same.
Mine's rounded too. Mine's an
What
oval.
what what brand is yours?
Ray-Ban.
Mine's Nike, not the same.
It's the same thing.
No, it
The
isn't.
the same glass making company makes all the glasses. Okay.
My design is different.
It was fine.
Whatever.
Mm,
And mimic me.
of
Copy me. We'll
course.
see. Next time I see you,
I'll put a jacket on for you.
um. But anyway, it'd be really cool though, because then like if you had the glasses that could if there was a consumer version of it, you could
Yep.
just hold it, read your book like normal, and it'll translate live as you're just going through the pages, and you don't even have to worry about.
Can't the Apple glasses do that, or the Apple visor do that?
I don't.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It happened in the keynote or whatever.
Do I know what you're talking about? Of course, I know what you're talking
Just
about.
making sure you know what I'm talking. I mean, you do hate Apple, so I would assume that you would not look at anything Apple.
I don't hate Apple.
You do hate Apple.
I do. I actually think they make good stuff. But my problem with Apple is everything is
Easy,
so anti
customizable.
that, but also like anti interactivity with other. Like it's all about
The ecosystem of Apple.
the ecosystem. Yeah, the ecosystem of Apple, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff that they could bring to other devices that would increase user satisfaction. I think there's a lot they could contribute, and they don't because they're just worried about their own brand. And so that's my problem with Apple. My problem isn't what they make; it's how they implement
their choices.
their choices.
That's
But
fair.
I do think their phones are crap.
Oh, there it is. I like my phone.
I
got a new
have
phone
both.
actually.
Actually have both, right? So I have both an Android phone and I have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone? Is that your work
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I have to say, I use both pretty frequently. I still prefer my just in
Android
daily, my Android, yeah.
makes sense. All right. Well, I think
So,
I talked about everything I wanted to with Vinland Saga.
yeah, I mean, there season 1's peak.
Yeah.
Season 2 is a lot of lore and growth and
I will say,
exposition.
like, if they do make another episode or not episode, another season or of the anime, um, the closure is nice.
Is that a spoiler?
No,
Or you say when you mean the closure?
I don't know. You have to read it or wait for the anime to come out. But
Um,
that's all I got.
okay, cool. I just want to mention this to everybody because it wouldn't be an anime podcast if I didn't. Um,
Yeah.
Tokyo Revengers is releasing season 3 this fall.
Ooh. I'm
Yeah.
caught up.
So, which that was amazing when I saw that. Like, yep, we're gonna come out with this fall. I'm like, oh wow, that's soon. But also, Psychopath Providence was absolutely amazing. There were 9 people in the theater chase. It's not a dead anime, all right? It's a very
How about
popular.
how about I go watch it over maybe I don't know, maybe watch today. I don't know. If I go watch it and then we do Providence as well as a review.
I'd love to. I thought it was great.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Um, do you want me to mention anything about? Or do you want me to leave it a surprise for you?
Leave a surprise.
Okay.
Cool.
It was great. So I recommend everyone go watch it.
Yeah, we'll review that one next time for you since you did Vinland
Okay.
Saga, did a whole 2 seasons for me.
Yeah. Do.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's all I have. So
That's all I got too. All right. We'll catch everyone next time when we watch and review Psychopath Providence.
bye.